this is not a shot at anyone out there, but like, I'm not sure how many people I physically know in the marketplace right now that wants to go buy a Luka Doncic Prism-based PSA 10 to have a Luka Doncic-based PSA 10.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite basketball card podcast on the entire internet hobby update. This is officially episode number 8. If you're watching on YouTube, clearly we have a very special guest here, but I'll let Shai do the honor of introducing this guest. But I'm Max. Find me on Instagram at putnamcards. This is my partner here, Shai, at shaiwayvlogs on Instagram. Shai, you can do the honor of introducing the guest here.
¿Cómo estás, guys? Today we have a guest that's so big, he doesn't even need an introduction, to be honest. But we will give him an introduction. This is Aaron from SlabStox, and he is the CEO and founder of SlabStox, one of the biggest social media accounts in the card world. You definitely have seen it. It's very iconic now with the green and the black theme that they always do. It's very eye-catching. And we are more than thrilled to have Aaron here. He's so big. Let me try to tell you guys. Aaron's so big, he doesn't even follow us. He doesn't even follow Putnam or shaiwayvlogs. So that's how big he is. So that's why it's our honor to have this monster behemoth in the hobby world as our first ever guest. So it's a huge moment.
I'm pretty sure I follow Max, but I just followed you right before the podcast started.
Max, you want to chime in?
I have no comment. If the man says he follows me, he follows me.
Well, I think I follow you via our main page, the biggest one.
Okay.
I don't know personally.
Yeah. You follow the SlabStox, the main page follows me.
Hey,
bottom line, you get how big deal he is. All right, that's it. That's all you need to know. Let's go on. Aaron, I don't mean, no, trust me, he's a good dude. But let's go on.
Hey, thanks, gentlemen, for having me. I'm pretty excited. I saw you guys kick this thing off and heard good things so far. So let's get going. I'm excited.
All right, here we go. Starting off per usual with card of the day. We'll let the guest go first. Apparently, he has more than one.
Shai, I couldn't choose. I don't know if you were here for that, but I couldn't choose. So I've got 3 here. First one I'll show to get it out of the way. My man's been struggling with the Bucks, but I got the Giannis 2014 flawless patch auto, BGS 9510, numbered out of 10. Pretty nasty card. I got it a long time ago, but man, we really got wrecked by the Nets the other night, really badly.
It was not pretty.
No, I thought that the first game was bad, and then I saw the second game, and I said it can in fact get worse.
All right.
Great choice. Two more really quick, because this is more what I'm into right now. But I've got 2 Mason Mounts here, my favorite soccer player. This is the impeccable rookie patch auto out of 35. It's got a nasty patch. I don't know if y'all can see that enough. Pick it up. But this card is important because not like in basketball, but in soccer, there is really no RPAs of players outside of the impeccable for the Premier League. Immaculate, they've got booklets. They're not the normal RPA, like you got Zion and Luka, the full vertical thing. So that is a really big card because there's only 35. There's no parallels of it to my knowledge, unless there might be a 1 of 1. So I was lucky enough to land that. And then I also got the cracked dice Mason Mount contenders rookie auto out of 23, an HGA 9, a grade that I plan on sending to PSA eventually. But I got a pretty good deal on compared to a PSA 9. I think I bought it for $2,000 less than the PSA 9 sold for like the same day or the day before. So I said, why not? And I might send it in someday. But pretty nasty card.
Yeah, that's nice. A beauty. Can't go wrong with the crack dice.
So there's my 3. I know it's card of the day, but we'll go with card of the day.
All
right. I'll try to follow that up, even though I can't. I'll go with my card of the day, which I can't even pick up because it's so big. But the 1985 Nike promo Michael Jordan PSA 10. This card, a lot of higher end collectors not a fan of this card, but this card just screams culture with Nike, Jordan, the photo. It's just, I love the card.
Max, it definitely does. And back when I bought my PSA 9 for $300, I sent this to your message of card guys like Luka, Tiger, LeBron, they're in there and stuff. And I had a lot of people be like, oh, no one wants to collect an index card and stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"I bought it for like $300. And next thing you know, it went up to like 9K as a 9, and now it's down to like 4,500. But still, crazy card. And I agree, dude. The culture aspect is massive. It's Nike, it's Jordan. Nothing better in my opinion. That's the one I'd want if I was having a Jordan.
Yeah, well, thanks for
Excellent choice.
thanks for pumping up my card. But Shai calls it the shoebox card.
It's a Nike. When I think of Nike sneakers, I think of Nike shoe boxes, and that's a Nike card, and it's very big, so it's a shoebox card. But great choice. Just to touch on it, Aaron, is that your first ever HGA slab you ever
Yeah,
bought?
it's the first ever HGA I've ever owned.
Quick, like 5 seconds of just like, do you like it? Do you like the slab? Just
Sure.
Thought.
I'm making no comment on the grading of it right now because I want to talk about the actual physical aspect of the slab, because that's not debatable. I can just call it specifically what it is. I love the case, because the case to me, when I hold it, it feels like I'm holding glass, because there's not really any like sharp edges on it. It feels like I'm holding a glass case. Obviously it's plastic, which is really cool, and it's kind of rounded around the outsides. The label, I think it needs work, not in the standpoint of like the color match. Like I actually kind of like it on this card. Some are super ugly and I hate it. But the problem is that the label is super dinged. Like the corners of the label, no one's gonna be able to see this right now, but the top left corner is like really dinged up here. And then even on the front, it's got like rounded corners, almost like that. It's like a card that just like shook around and it kind of dinged up. So it's like, why would I want my 9 mint card to have a 5 label? So that's where I'm at on the label. As for the grading though, I mean, I do know that there's a dimple on the back of the card. It got 8.5 on the surface, so that makes sense. Other than that, corners, edges 9 makes sense based on the card. A cracked ice contenders auto, hard to get 10s on those and 9.5. So I don't know. I like it, but there's no way I'm putting like massive weight into it, you know?
Okay, fair enough. Thank you for that unbiased first impression review. First on hobby update. My card of the day is the card I've actually never posted, and I picked it up about a week ago. It's the 1996 Topps Finest Kobe Bryant Refractor PSA 9. I should have read the pop. I think it's like only like 120 or so. I'm not even sure. Please don't quote me. But I picked this up about a week ago. Shout out to Bleecker Trading in New York City. It was like a 5-hour marathon trade, and I took home this one and a couple of other 2 random cards. I'll give you a hint. It's a Pokemon. So yeah, that's my first ever. So yeah, this is my card of the day. This is a little key fact. This card was trading over 20 to 30K, about 15 sales in the last 6 to 9 months. I got an evaluation at a lot lower than that. I thought it was a good time to pick up a Kobe Bryant rookie refractor Finest. He's jumping out of the card. So I never had one. I had the base a long time ago. So now here's a refractor, PSA 9, new label. Shout out to Nat Turner that convinced me that I should only do PSA after his interview with Jeremy Lee. Shout out to Jeremy Lee also. And I'm a PSA guy. So that's my card of the day.
Beauty.
Yeah, it's a sick card. I love that one.
Thank you.
Okay, speaking, Shai, you mentioned Pokemon, which this is mainly a basketball card podcast, but we've got to talk about something that was in the news this past weekend, and that would be Logan Paul's Charizard chain, the diamond with the diamonds around. I don't really know what that thing was, but it was a beautiful thing to see on live, you know, during the Mayweather Paul fight when he was walking out. It was the Charizard Hollow BGS 10, I believe. This was a spectacle for the hobby to see this in this fight. Aaron, I'd like to hear what your thoughts on it are.
First off, I'm wondering, does that chain come off? Is it like is it encrusted around it now that it will never come off the card, or what? Like, that's my first thought. Second thought is, yeah, it's very cool to see. I think I had other people who like aren't even in the hobby like text me, you know, just friends that were like, "Oh, do you see that Logan Paul chain?" I was like, "Yeah, I did," you know, and it was really neat. So he said in the interview after these, like, "Oh, it's $1 million card or whatever," and I was kind of like head scratching, you know, like I'm like, "Oh, PSA 10s are probably worth like 300 grand right now," and y'all know how PSA 10s trended against BGS 10 over the last, you know, year. Most PSA 10s are approaching the value of BGS 10s, but some people on Twitter, I actually replied to a Golden post about it, is like, do we really think this is $1 million card? And someone's like, oh, BGS 10 pop 3. The other owner is, I don't know, do you know who King Pokemon is? Gary. It's the guy that sold him the PSA 10 that he then turned into BGS 10. So he didn't buy a BGS 10. I don't know if y'all heard about that. He bought a PSA 10 Logan Paul. He got it regraded by BGS. And supposedly that card didn't regrade excuse me, a BGS 10 like a year or so ago or something. Like it was like he already tried Gary to regrade it, and then Logan gets it, and supposedly magically now it's BGS 10. So a little other things to think about with the card, but in terms of what it does, I think it's really cool. I think anytime we can get any type of cards into the mainstream media is a good thing.
I think that's the underlying statement right there. It's good for the hobby, media presence. We want the hobby to grow. The only way your card prices, everybody complains about their card prices going down. Yeah, bring more people in. You know what? I've actually brought about 5 to 6 friends, family, cousins into the hobby, and they have actually made big purchases. And you know me, I come with facts. I have eBay purchases and all that shit. So don't even come at me. But yes, invite people to the hobby. You know, if you complain about your cards going down, you just need more players. Somebody will buy your stupid base card. No offense.
All right, that's a fair analysis. But I think we can leave it there because after all, who really likes the Paul brothers? Now,
I actually happen to like Logan more than Jake, but that doesn't also mean I like Logan. It just means I like him more than Jake.
Yeah, I think that's the general consensus. I mean, you really have to be an interesting guy to like Jake Paul at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Next topic, we want to talk about kind of a macro, big picture here. Yeah, obviously we're in the midst of a correction, and so I just think it's important to talk about kind of the big picture. So, in terms of the industry, the card industry, the card market in general, kind of where do we see this thing going the next half decade to a decade, like really kind of longer term here? Because I mean, Aaron, obviously you're a thought leader in the market, so very interested in hearing what you have to say on this.
Yeah, I think I and others who have been in the industry for a long time bring a way better perspective to this topic than people that jumped in the last 8 to 12 months. And that's not to say they can't have their thoughts, they can't share their thoughts. Everyone can share their thoughts on whatever they want. That's why we have social media. But when it comes to this specific question, anyone that just say cards are dead is way too short-sighted in what's going on in the industry. Base cards are dead from being $1,000 PSA 10s of guys like I don't know, Trey Young was like over $800. Like there's just too many out there that people just can't hold up the supply. It's coming into the market. There's just not enough money to do that, and not enough people like care about that specific card. I've actually, since I came back in and I've been buying and selling pretty hard for the last like 3 months now in the soccer card market, I've been doing like pretty darn well. I'd say, like, sure, some stuff I bought went down in value, other stuff's went up a lot in value. You just got to pick and choose your spots based on what you like and what other people like too. I'm not saying you have to like buy stuff that other people like, but you definitely need to buy stuff that other people are thinking about. If no one's thinking about base PSA 10s, no one's going to want them in the future. And that's how I kind of see it. But in the overall scope of the market next 5 years, yeah, like all signs point back to like we're in the digital age where people share their thoughts, where people have information, and where people can make better decisions going forward. I've been in the industry for 12 years since I was probably 10 years old, even 8 to 10 when I was actually like legit buying and selling, reading Becca type of thing. Like I had some cards when I was younger than that, but like I kid you not, in middle school I was hopping on eBay type of deal. And there's always going to be rough spots. There's always going to be times that values go down. And then there's going to be times the values go up. And no matter what spot you are at in the industry or in the market and how things are changing, there's always opportunity is the other thing. Too many people see one aspect of the market going down and they say, that's how it's going for every single aspect of the market. It doesn't matter what it is. Stuff gets overplayed in the marketplace all the time. Certain things go up way too fast in price that then are so susceptible to falling just as fast in value. And when they get overplayed, people just don't want to think about it anymore. Like I don't, this is not a shot at anyone out there, but like, I'm not sure how many people I physically know in the marketplace right now that wants to go buy a Luka Doncic Prism-based PSA 10 to have a Luka Doncic-based PSA 10. You know, if you want to say, oh, it's going to go back up in value, and you know, buy it because of that, and you think more people with a ton of money, like hedge funds, are going to buy up those cards, whatever, you know, you can buy based off of that. But I just don't know how many people actually care about that card after for 2 straight years. They've just got like hammered into their head, like, this is the Luka Doncic card. Eventually, it's kind of like, I just don't care about it, you know, because there's so many other choices out there. I don't know how long I get to talk about this, but
no, I think the bottom line, like there was great takeaways from that. If nobody cares about your card, chances are it's gonna go down. If you don't own a card that's collectible, that means you gotta fight me to take this card out of my hand. Chances are, super long term, you know, you're not gonna see that crazy great appreciation. What cards are working? Cards that people want. So like this whole theory of collect what you like, chances are people that collect what they like, the majority, I know I'm paraphrasing, whatever, is more rare stuff, more like numbered stuff, more colored stuff, not a card that everybody has. So that usually generally works. If you wanna, anybody that's new that's coming in, like, what should I buy?
Right. And the other thing with the whole Prism base and whatever you want to say, Prism optic, doesn't matter what's that. There's no real opportunity to make money out with grading anymore. And once that got taken away, people just stopped caring about it. And once they stop caring about it, they don't buy it. And they're not buying graded, they're not buying raw, they're not doing anything with it. Right. And I picked up right when I started buying again in like March or something. I bought like 5 Curtis Jones, he's a soccer player, Prism base, along with my purples on 99 and blues on 199 stuff. I picked up 5 base because I'm like, you know, whatever, I'll throw a PSA, wait a year and get it back. And I might like 3 times my money, whatever. They're really cheap. But I have zero reason to ever buy a base card right now again, right? Like that's just what happened now with PSA suspending the grading. And I think that also has something to do with it too.
All right, so we'll just close it off with this. Before, we used to be excited to get PSA subs back. Now it's a nightmare. I don't even want these cards back. That's all I'm going to say. But no, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, that's a great point. I mean, I think probably the most important thing that Aaron just said was like, there has to be an endpoint, but there has to, like, the card has to eventually find its way into someone's collection. And we're talking about, when it's all said and done, there's probably going to be 20, 25,000 Luka Doncic Prism-based PSA 10s out there. I mean, there's just not that many people who are like fighting over that card. Just of the supply.
Like my Mason Mount, there's 35 of these. I can guarantee you that at least half of these are going to sit in a collection for forever type of deal. You know, like, and there's going to be maybe 15 that trade hands as it goes up in value. I don't know what I'm going to do with mine yet, but I'm going to sit down for now. That's for sure. You know, like I'm not going to undersell there or anything.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, bottom line is scarcity, rarity ends up working out if you pick the right guys and the right cards.
Yeah. Hey, I want to bring up one more point too. Sorry to sidetrack this, but there is going to be opportunity for people to buy on a budget again, because these PSA 9s and 10s of certain guys are going to go down to like $5 to $20. Cam Johnson base Prism PSA 10s are like $20 right now. And it might go a little bit lower than that. But think about it. Someone coming in the industry with $20 now can legit buy a PSA 10 of a rookie that is going to play, that might grow in value. I know he's a rookie last year, but a rookie card. And that could be an opportunity for people to go from $20 to $35. And then if they just keep on working their way up, everyone has a start there. Like, you don't get to the point that I'm at, or Max is at, or Shai is at in a day or a year, or even probably 2 years. I don't know when you guys got into it, but both of you two, I imagine, have been in it longer for a year. Probably well more than a year too. I know Max has been in it for a long time. And that's the biggest takeaway for me is, like, you have to make mistakes to learn. And if you get driven out of the hobby after one mistake, you probably weren't going to be around here very long anyways, even if you made all the right moves, right? Like, it's just what it comes down to.
Yeah, that's a great point. And just kind of wrap this up here, but stacking slabs always kind of says you got to get your reps in. I think that's very important. Like, the more mistakes you make early on, the better off you will be long-term, no question about it.
And I just want to say, I still make mistakes. I made mistakes over the last 3 months, but I did something different the next time, right? Like,
exactly. We all make mistakes all the time. No one, very few people just take W after W after W.
Right. And I want to also make people clear that the expectation got way too high. Everyone's expecting 4 times their money, 5 times, even 2 times. Back in the day, 30%, freaking awesome. 50%, amazing. You know, like you got to lower the expectations. Otherwise, you're not going to have fun and you're just going to start to hate it. And that's not what I want. That's not what these 2 gentlemen want. And it's not what you want too, I'm sure, watching this.
Great point.
Well put.
All right. We're going to move on to kind of a new segment that we're testing out here, trying out. It's a version of a rapid fire question and answer. And it's a new game that we're calling the shot clock.
Okay.
So here's how it works. We're going to be asking kind of this or that questions to Aaron. He has 30 seconds to answer as many as he can. If he doesn't want to answer one of them, then he can pass, but he gets it's -1 point if he chooses to pass on it. And basically, with every guest that comes on this Hobby Update podcast, we're going to be playing this game, and there will be a leaderboard for the guests based on how many points they get.
I'm nervous.
Good.
Hey, you should be sweating. So yeah, Shai is going to pull up the shot clock. We're rolling with a 30-second timer. Obviously, we know that the NBA shot clock is 24 seconds, but college is 30, and I feel like the longer the better for this game. So
should have cleaned this. Okay. So Putnam just said the rules. Do you have any questions, Aaron? Please answer, because we want you to do well. You're our first ever guest, and there is a big prize. The leaderboard.
So am I going to get 10 questions asked to me and then I have to remember all 10, or is it going to be like one after another after another?
It's going to be rapid fire, one after another.
Okay.
Split, very quick decisions. To be quite honest with you, I'd be very impressed if you got over 10, because we have many more questions than 10, just in case you do very well here. But all right. Yeah, we've
bottom line, 30 seconds. And the timer starts right after Putnam finishes the first question. All right.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Prism Gold or NTRPA?
NTRPA.
SlabStox Nate or SlabStox Sam?
Wait. Oh my God. We already had a fucking shit. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Just go again. This is the disaster.
Good. I'm glad that he's redoing it, because I might switch my answer for the first one.
Oh my God.
I started thinking too much.
Fuck. This stupid timer. All right. Just go.
You got the 30 seconds timer?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Prism Gold or NTRPA?
Prism Gold.
All right. SlabStox Nate or SlabStox Sam?
I hate they're making me choose, but Nate.
Card Ladder or Market Movers?
Neither.
Okay, that's -1. 52 Mana or 86 Fleer Jordan?
52 Mana.
Kaboom or Color Blast?
Color Blast.
Bucks or Brewers?
Brewers.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Holland or Mbappe?
Mbappe.
Shaiwayvlogs or putnamcards?
Putnam.
Golden or PWCC?
PWCC.
Okay, time's up.
Whew. I already got -1 for the Market Movers or Card Ladder. I was going to say SlabStox Pro, but
you had to, you didn't answer it, but we will look back and see how well you did. You did get a -1 because you didn't choose one of the options. Obviously, it's a little tough, and every guest is going to have unique questions that's tailored to them and what they're up to in life.
Those are good questions.
The total.
It's a lot easier to say Nate over Sam when neither of them are here, but it's a lot harder to say Putnam over Shai. And the only basis is that I've actually met Max in person. I've never met Shai. So
yeah, it's all good. I figured you're gonna choose. I was like, damn, am I gonna be hurt? But I was like, I never met the dude, but I know he's cool. And Putnam vouch. It was like, yo, we chatted up for like 3 hours, but then you never followed him back. So it's like it's all crazy.
All right, so we got a total score of 7 points, which honestly, I would have said you were probably going to get 7 or 8, because I had a feeling you were going to pass on the Card Ladder Market Movers, obviously. Yeah. But we just threw that in there as a little bit of a wrench. So yeah, so very, very impressive there. We're going to ask you kind of the remaining couple questions that we had, just in case you were to go through all of them.
Sure.
And then we kind of want to go a little deeper in a few of your answers. But so the last remaining questions are basketball cards or soccer cards.
My soccer cards. I'm buying
Uh,
so much.
Okay.
SGC or HGA.
Jeez.
That's not even funny.
HGA. I don't own any SGC slabs. I have an
Okay.
Wow.
SGA right next to me.
Okay,
That's
that's
interesting.
fair. As a Wisconsin fan, Jonathan Taylor or Russell Wilson.
Oh, Jonathan Taylor. I watched him every year I went to school.
Okay, I thought you'd pick him. Kobe number 8 or Kobe number 24.
Kobe 24, because that's too young when he was 8.
Gotcha.
Ah.
And last one, select or optic.
Select.
Okay, that was the gauntlet. Congratulations.
Yeah, you did well. As a reward, you are number 1 in our Hall of Fame of a hobby update list.
There we go.
So congrats. It's a record actually.
Thank you.
Know, this is going to be very big actually.
Yeah, I mean, so hard to top that entire leaderboard. So many talented people.
All right, but I do want to ask you about a couple of your answers. So we just want to go over like 2 or 3 of them. So you picked Prism Gold over NTRPA. You switched your answer.
Yeah.
So why is that?
I got a do-over from Shai. Well, the NTRPAs are just beautiful, and it's hard to beat an on-card auto, but I just have such a hard time picking against a gold refractor. I know it's not Topps Chrome, but it's the next closest thing for all these new players. Like, man, that's a sick card. I just have a hard time choosing something that's golden out of 10 and choosing against it. But man, it's about 50-50 for me, honestly.
All right, I want to touch on this. So if they made an NTRP that was gold and it was shiny and it was out of 10 and it was a refractor and it was NT, then would you chose that, or just out of a hypothetical question?
Well, they make the NT gold RPA out of 10, and I probably would have chosen that. I get the odd 99. Like, I know people are like, I want the true thing, but like, honestly, give me the one that's out of 10 in gold. So I would have chosen the NT gold out of 10 if that was the option.
Yeah,
It's just like there's like 10 times as many of the RPAs as there are the gold.
right.
And I can find one of those again easier, most likely, than a Prism Gold.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We were just using the standard out of 99.
Yeah.
I guess we should have specified that, but
I figured you were.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would pick Prism Gold as well, for a couple of reasons. One, obviously, there's 10 Prism Golds versus 99 NTRPAs. Secondly, I'm pretty sure the last couple of years, at least, of NTRPAs have been player worn, not game worn.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, including myself, that's a big deal. I don't really want to own, the player worn, the game worn. It just trumps it.
Check this out. This is match worn RPA. That was a big deal. I actually didn't even know until I got it, and made me even more excited to have it.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
it's a huge, like, literally you just know the guy was wearing that during a game. Like, the connection there is far greater than a guy slipping on something during a photo shoot or whatever. But yeah,
or 10 jerseys. Have you ever seen that Mark Ingram picture where he had like 10, 20 jerseys on?
just he looks like giant.
Yeah.
I'll throw a picture of that up.
They're
on
all
the screen.
player event worn.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so pathetic. Ugh, stuff like that. Ugh.
And they're all like numbered 88 too, because they don't know, they just like put on the standard rookie jersey. It's like 88, so they can get as many patches out of it as they can. That's
Yeah,
like, I don't know if people know why, but that's why, so they can maximize the amount of patches. So then they're even less scarce than if it was like the number 1 for Zion.
Yeah. No, I agree. I would also choose the gold. To be honest, I'm a card purist, so like I love cardboards just for the pure cardboard reason. The patches and the autos are beautiful. I own a lot. I love them, but just the plain simple card. What the hobby when it was invented, whatever 100 years ago, it was always a plain simple card. So I'm like a truist, a hobbyist, and I just enjoy like special rare cards. So that's my answer. So there we go.
There we go. Kind of even though, Aaron was a little 50-50, but kind of a consensus there that Prism Gold out of 10.
I think we'll have a new blooper section with our first ever with Aaron with the disaster. So
hey, we got it turned around. We're good now. All right. Next one I kind of want to talk about a little bit is Kaboom versus Color Blast. You can throw Downtown in there, but Kaboom and Color Blast are kind of the two Panini inserts that have really kind of separated themselves from the pack. You pick Color Blast, Aaron. So why is that?
Please.
specifically, so first off, I had to give my answer quick because I already got -1. At that point, I already got the -1. So it's like I gotta just say whatever first comes to my mind. But I had like maybe 4 or 5 color blasts from Panini Prism Soccer in the last like 2 weeks, and then I just sold a couple to get my big card that's coming tomorrow. And I love that the ones from 2020 Prism EPL and 2019 Prism EPL are super rare. Like they're very rare. Like I think 50 or less is the production run. The newer color blasts are going to be made like Obsidian, I think for soccer is like 150, and those are far uglier too. But I don't know. I just love how the player is on the white and then the colors coming behind him. It just like positions the players so well. And it's like full photo of them. I have a Kaboom and Mbappe also though. I love the Kaboom set. They're my 2 favorites, and it's hard to choose. I just go color blast just because I think I like it overall more. And I think they're probably scarcer per player that has one.
Yeah, that's fair. Shai's a little biased here because his biggest purchase ever that he just made as a Kaboom. So
I did see that one. That thing is freaking nasty. So I can't mess around. I'll say the gold Kabooms are insane. And I was trying to get a Blizzard Gold Kaboom. It didn't work out, but they're insane cards.
Yeah, I think I saw your YouTube video, Dallas Trade Night #2.
Yeah.
You were trying to work a deal. Yo, you're a little aggressive. I want this. I want that. I was like, oh, you know what? Look, just a sidetrack. I realize when I see human beings, maybe I'm weak. I don't know. Like I can't give in, but I see you and I see like the other dealers. They're so mean, not mean and rough, but like you're very, what do you call, assertive. I want this, I want that, this is my price, you want to add in cash, boom boom boom. I'm like, hey, you like my cards? Hey, I don't know, I gotta be. So this is one thing I'm learning just from watching your video and Sasha's and all these other content creators is go in there and just like go to war. You're going to war.
Yeah, I always, so positivity is always the first thing. You don't want to ever like put down someone or anything because he said I'm really aggressive. I'm positive with it.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
I know exactly what I want to do when I see a card, and I don't go in there because if you go in there and you're questioning what you're doing or you're questioning if someone likes your card or what this and that, it's not going to end well.
So bottom line, you have a target. Once you know your target, you're already made up your mind and you know what you got to do. So I think that was my issue. Like I saw a nice card. Do I really want it? I love it. It's really beautiful. I want it, but do I want it like your pull chick with the Kaboom Gold? You knew that, So that's a great
point.
And
I think that might be the point. If you don't really, really want it, you're probably going to forget about tomorrow and maybe you shouldn't have made the deal. Right?
Right. Yes. Great point. Great.
All right. I think we can move on to the next topic we want to talk about, which is the present and the future of SlabStox.
Yes, sir.
So I saw a post today. It said, in terms of SlabStocks Pro, the new platform, it said pre-registrants, get ready. So, Aaron, what do you got cooking for us?
Man, it's been a long time coming. I think that we're about 10 days away from like the year mark that we announced that we were doing SlabStocks Pro, and we got absolutely sideswiped out of potentially getting a data feed from eBay to help make it happen. I thought we were going to get it. Our team thought we were going to get it. We ended up not getting it. I think we were one of the last places to get denied it, and it delayed the project by 8 months. And we had to redevelop the entire thing, pretty much start from scratch other than the front end user layout. The entire back end had to get redone and everything. So we are finally, I would say, days away from sending out the first access invites to everyone that's pre-registered. And we've had thousands upon thousands pre-register. And I thank you all for that. If you have not pre-registered yet, please go to slabstox.com, hit the SlabStocks Pro tab, scroll down the page and put in your email because those people will get on the platform first. If you're wondering what the heck is SlabStocks Pro, I have no idea who you are. It is going to be a data platform that's completely free. We're going to track thousands of different cards, different grades, serial numbered, non-numbered, whatever it is. We should have something in there for most of the modern players that are, that matter. There are some older cards where our biggest thing is we need to expand the old card category pre-2000 and then also, really pre-2003. And then we also need to expand the new card category post July 2020 because we kind of had this set up to launch at a certain point, and then we were missing a lot of the newer stuff. And also the other thing is that the way that we have to populate our database right now, it's far more, it's like impossible to do non-graded cards. So we're doing slabs only, and there's not that many slabs out there of these newly graded cards unless they're worth it on, you know, the expensive submission levels, because most of them either are at PSA or they're not being graded because they're not worth it. So slabs only, it's going to be absolutely free, and it's going to be really cool. Lots of different features that should be fun, and we're going to build it over time with our audience, and I'm very excited.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see this. I mean, like you said, heard about it about a year ago. I've been super pumped to see it since then. I think I pre-registered a while ago.
I think most people did, and I do want to like apologize for the delays in this, because obviously a year that's no small thing. Like, I know that we've lost a lot of audience in that category, not our overall audience, but like excited for SlabStox Pro. I know that some people went to different places, used competitors, this and that, which is totally cool. I wouldn't blame anyone to do that, you know, obviously, like, if we've been taking this long. But I do just want everyone to know it's been an insane amount of work. We haven't been just sitting here like delaying it. It's been a lot of money investment. It's been a lot of time investment. Everything's going towards it. Anything you see us doing with breaks, that's not touching anyone's pockets. That's going right to the website. So everything we're doing is preparing for that. So I just want people to know that.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
Shai, take it.
Oh no, a few takeaways. So, just a couple of questions that any random person could be a competitor of yours that's using those platforms. Like, why would I want to be on your platform? I mean, what sold first place is free. Yeah. Everybody loves free shit. You know what I mean? So just because something is free, because we have a certain amount of time, we still want the most value. You know what I mean? Right. It's still a hobby to us and all that. Yes, the competitors, they're charging you a price, blah, blah, but we already know by this time what they're giving us.
Right.
Do you see yourself giving us that, at least that type of value where somebody's paying for a service? Are you trying to do that? And talk about, like, is it just the app based, or is it just the website based? Is it mobile friendly? And you can run with that.
Good questions. I like it, because people do deserve to hear these answers. First off, it is free, and the reason why we're making it free is because our motto, our mission statement is making sports cards accessible to everyone. You know, we don't want to limit anyone in the market or trying to get into the market by a dollar sign. You know, there's gonna be limitations for everyone getting in based on knowledge, based on other stuff. But if we can remove one of those barriers, which matters for a lot of people when it comes to getting into it, because I don't know how many people you know who just jump into it, but most people I know, it takes them a little bit of time to build up, to start to spend a lot of money, get comfortable with it. I've helped a couple friends get involved in stuff, and that's been my experience. And I don't think that they would hop on and spend any amount of money a month for it and everything. And I know there's people out there who just can't afford it too. You know, that it's not just the I don't know if it's worth it yet. It's just that they can't afford it. So that is why it's free. Now, to the feature standpoint and like how does it compare? So for us, no matter the timeline, no matter anything, all data is going to be 100% free to look at. So no, on other platforms, either it's completely shut off, you can't see it, or it's a certain amount of time frame you can see and you can't see behind it. So like, you know, like let's say today's June 9th, you can only see 3 months back. Well, June 10th then goes to the 3 months before that. It's not like that it keeps on building up and growing as it goes. For us, every single timeline is going to be free. As the platform grows, as we build our data and all different slabs and everything, that will all be free, and it'll grow as time goes on. You'll always be able to see the historical stuff. We will be limited in how much data we're hosting to start, just based off of cost, based off of a couple different factors. So some cards will have 5 years of data. Some cards will have 3 months of data. But whatever it is, from launch point or even right now going forward, that's going to build over time. So those cards that have 3 months of data right now will have a year and 3 months in, like, you know, a year. So that is the biggest thing for us, is that we're not going to be limiting what anyone can see, given we host those cards and have the data. We're constantly going to be building the database too going forward. If you see a card that only has the past 3 months of data today, in a month or two, we might have the last 2 years of it in there. So you can go back and check and see, and really just making sure we can make it as much accessible as possible. In terms of the features, tracking your collection in like a My Portfolio, going to be absolutely free. Very soon after launch publicly, we're going to be building in a whole like budgeting and like sales aspect to it, to where you're marking down your sales, you're tracking your profits, all that stuff, much more than just tracking what you own at the moment. And then the other thing about it is that we want to build a community through this entire platform. You know, we want to make people come to a place that they feel like they're a part. We don't want them to just like feel like that they're going to Yahoo Finance just to see how much Disney stock is worth today. But we're going to give people the options to build their own index funds in cards. So as long as we're hosting a slab and a match is selling in our database, you can add all those cards to one index fund. If you're a big 2016 Prism fan or something, and pick your favorite cards from 2016 Prism and track that index over time, all the cards combined together. And then that's a publicly searchable thing that you can go and you can look up putnamcards and see his index fund or whatever. And you can compare those with your friends. So that's a kind of cool little feature we're adding in. And then on top of that, I was trying to think of if I said everything, but I think that's quite a bit of stuff I just threw out there. But yeah, really the biggest thing is like not only free, but we want to make it like the easiest thing to use too. We want you to go on there. You have no idea about cards. You search Luka Doncic and you see the slabs and the values and how we're tracking them. Like two-step thing, you know, you click the platform, you search Luka, there they are. You don't have to know anything about cards. You know that the cards are in a database are going to be the sets that people are collecting the most. You know, for the non-autos, Prism Select and Optic, we're going to try to get some autos in there too as time goes on. Everything, the scarce cards are much more difficult to track than the non-scarce cards. I'm sure you all know that, but we'll be hosting all the parallels from Prism and everything. And that's really what I want. I want people to say, wow, SlabStox Pro is easy to use. I don't need to figure out all these different things. And currently it's going to launch as a website with a very optimized mobile page. So where you can use it on your Safari or Google Chrome, and it'll work like it's an app. Like it'll work very well. And then we're going to launch an app in the future.
Gotcha.
All right.
So basically what I'm getting is kind of 4 main points. Ease of use, community, the fact that it's free, and information.
Yeah.
Those 4 things.
Okay. All right. I just want to finish up with, it's going to be maybe a little tough question, but you know, the hobby is full with guys with a magnifying glass, like the Logan Paul situation came out of thin air. The guy wants to do an investigative report. And you know how the hobby is. Everybody is second guessing. All right. So you said it was free, right? We have your competitors, they're making boatloads of money. We all know that. You know, they have thousands of users, all that shit, but they're charging people. So we figure out, this is like more of an entrepreneurial question, maybe. So you're doing everything for free. Obviously, this costs you. You know, I could only imagine the software. I don't even want to get into that. You know, it's time, money, everything. What do you guys get? You know, what do you guys get out of this? You know, you're not doing this just for the hobby. I mean, thank you if you are. You know what I mean? But obviously, there's, you know what I mean. We want to know, like, you know, like, so it makes us more understand you guys and trust you more. Be like, you know, like, we see the whole plan, we like it, and we want to jump on board with you. Do you know what I mean? Like the more transparency, it's more like, that's how the hobby is. So
absolutely. Yeah. And I should have pointed that out. So the only way we're able to offer this for free and to last and to be there for everyone in the community and in the hobby is that we're hosting eBay items through the website. We've been partnered with eBay through the partner network for 2 years now. And it has gotten us to this point. I swear we started with $0 in the business. We worked our way, built audience, got people to care about a newsletter that then turned into the website. All that money went to the website too. So like I said, not lining pockets, literally building business to help others through everything that we do. And that's why I hope that our community, you know, appreciates us enough, trusts us enough, that if they use this website, not only to look at values, but also to look at cards to purchase, it will help drive us enough to build this website, to build our business, to make us sustainable lives, not just for myself, but for my team. Cause you know, it's been a grind this past 3 years, to be completely honest. And we need to obviously break through in some capacity, but this is the plan. We're going to provide people value by showing them the cards that they want to look up, posting the cards that they want to buy, and having them get directed to eBay to then purchase them. And any amount that people buy is going to help us grow, is going to help not only, you know, us as a company, us as a team, but the business that's going to help everyone else grow too in the hobby. Because I think that that's what we do so well, is we reinvest in our community. We don't reinvest in ourselves, right? Like anything that I'm doing with my buying and selling cards, that's all coming from my buying and selling cards. It's nothing to do with what I'm doing with the website, with the business, this and that.
No, I respect you. Thank you for the transparency. If I see you in a private jet in about a year, then I know like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong business. So I just want to leave it off at that. So thank you for the transparency. Really appreciate it.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you just handled that like a champ. I mean, hey, Shai was asking some tough questions there. I mean, you answered them very, very clearly.
Yo, we need a new segment, a burner seat. We need a burner seat. We need new segments. I'm obsessed with segments.
A hot seat?
The hot seat, yeah.
Shooting. All right, yeah.
Yeah, bottom line, very excited to see what SlabStocks Pro has in store for the hobby. I urge everyone to go get on the list, go to the website, check it out, because it's coming out very, very soon here.
Yeah, we're hoping by the end of the week. So I don't know when y'all are going to post this, but if y'all post this tomorrow, it'll give at least people a day. If we do send out invites on Friday, it'll be either Friday or earlier next week. Gives them a day or a few to get on.
Yep, this is coming out tomorrow, so people have some time. All right, quick last little segment here. Shout out of the week. Each of us one IG account that we think is a little bit underrated or could use some love. I'll start. My shout out of the week goes to at Scott YA7878 on Instagram. This is a guy who I met at the Miami card show, I believe, and he's a very nice guy. We've had some back and forth on Instagram, so make sure he's got some really nice cards. He's got a LeBron exquisite patch autos, so make sure to go check out Scott YA7878.
I know who that is. I met him. He's got the Pulisic gold auto. I just saw someone follow. Look at that. I meet all these people and half of them I don't follow.
Right. Yeah, that was my shout out. So Shai, you can go next.
All right. Last week it was under the radar account, and this week is more of a popular account that I actually low key have been a big fan of him. It's JLee_sportscard live. I'm sure a lot of you guys know him. He's a bald gentleman from Canada. It's okay, it's bald. He keeps talking about that he's bald. But yeah, like what if you need to watch one, he does interviews with some of the biggest hobby people in the industry. His last one, if you didn't watch it, is with Nat Turner. I thought Nat Turner killed it in that interview. He reassured people, reassured PSA. That's why he's a billionaire. And that's why he's the CEO. Like, he handled himself, and he gave me the confidence in PSA with the whole buyback guarantee and all this stuff. Like that's a great interview. He does a great job. He does it live on the fly and answers questions. So shout out to JLee Sports Card Live. Nice.
All right. For my shout out, I mean, I don't know how under the radar we're talking here, but he's got like 3,500 followers. It's my guy, limestone_cards. I don't know if y'all know who Kevin is. Kevin is a great guy. He's been following us for quite some time. Shai, I encourage you to go check him out. He's got a son that he met us at the National in 2019, and they were just super excited to be there and bought a card for me. And since then, just kind of been chatting back and forth. And he just provides a very like honest take on the hobby without coming off as like negative. You know, like how I love positivity in the hobby. I love positivity in general. And sometimes it like hurts when you just try to see people, like you said, pull out the magnifying glass, find every single little thing that might be wrong with something. It doesn't matter what it is. They will dig and dig and dig. And even if it's nothing, they'll still bring up something and try to make it something, right? Like, and Kevin is very realistic to where like, he will, be honest if something is whack, but he also is not to the point where it's like, dude, like chill out. You're way too extreme right now. You're doing this for attention. Like, by no means is he doing that, like he's and not only that, dude, he's very positive and he posts cool cards and he just shares his experience in the hobby. And it's a guy I can tell like isn't in it only to make money. And I like people like that who have been in it for a while. I also love all the new people that join because we need new people to help build the hobby. But you all will get there someday, and I love you now, and I will love you then too if you when you stay in and do everything right. So
it's a lot of love.
I just appreciate people like that.
That's a great. That's a great response to him. You hyped him up big. When I go on his account, he better wow me. I don't follow everybody.
He's got some soccer now, so he also does some baseball and some basketball. So he does everything.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Nice.
All right, everyone. That's gonna wrap up today's podcast. Aaron, thanks again for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. I hope people get a lot of value out of listening about, what you had to say about the new platform. Again, hope people go check it out. If for some reason people don't follow you, make sure you go follow Aaron at SlabStox, Aaron on Instagram. Again, appreciate the support as always. Subscriber count going up, views going up. I mean, we're going to the moon. Okay, Shai, you got any last words for us?
Yeah, this is a monumental, historic episode. You've broken a lot of records. You know what I mean? I know there's Guinness records, but there's, hobby update records. So you're the record setter. We appreciate you coming on. You handled yourself, the tough questions, pretty good. This is our first time doing a three-way. No, not the real three-way, Zoom three-way. Real Zoom three-way. Forget the real word. Cancel that. But yeah, we did good. So thank you.
Awesome, gentlemen. Thank you so much. And everyone, be sure to keep listening to Hobby Update from these two guys. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it, man. All right, everyone. Take care. See you next episode.
Goodbye.